Man, what's up, world? How's everybody been, man? Man, I really been chilling. I hope all you guys are doing fine. I really been chilling, doing well. I have a newborn as well, so I've been spending a lot of time with baby. But also, kind of slowed down on, be honest, slowed down on the YouTube videos because I was noticing that a lot of videos that had to do with ignorance, like, you know, the Kim Kardashian, a lot of the ratchet and foolish behavior, which is getting more attention than, those that really had true and meaningful context to it. Feel free to, before I get to it, please make sure you go to my website, check out some of my fashion, some of my clothing, www.tenomyles.com. You'll find a link in the description. If you want to support my students, my children, my kids in my local community, and hopefully coming to you around the country and around the world, you can go to www.theslackprogram.com. If any of you guys have any suggestions or would like to see a similar program in some of your school districts, feel free to email me, reach out, emails on the website, info at theslackprogram.com. All right, so appreciate all the grassroots support, all you genuine people. Not none of this fly by night. We follow people off our emotions and don't do our fact checking. But anyways, let's get to it, man. I want to do this video because I really have been hesitant on just because I've been bored. I mean, I've been not necessarily bored, but it was boring to me to even talk about this, and I have so much other stuff going on. But this video, I feel like it's necessary because, like many people, I have been out there blindly supporting, a lot of different people. But after a while, you have to, do some fact checking on a lot of people, fact checking on the people that you call yourself supporting. Because when you go out here and retweet or requote or repost some of these people posts or comments, you are putting your reputation on the line too. Man, I hope y'all like this hat. I know y'all typically seeing, used to seeing me in the Gucci hat. Y'all need to cut. But I got my own little old brand, my own little items and stuff coming out. So feel free to check out the website, and support your boy. But and I'm not a stranger to calling out people on their inconsistencies. Like, you may not know, but I had called out Brandon Tatum, Officer Tatum, which for a while, of course I listened to some of his content because me and you should too, when it comes down to hearing the argument, you should listen to both sides of the argument, like a prosecutor in the defense, and you be the judge. See, a lot of people only want you to say, here, this is my side of the coin. Don't look at the other side of the coin. Just look at this one side. Hear what I got to say. Let it, affect you emotionally, and don't look at what the other person got to say. So I'm here to argue against that perspective, and so when I would listen to Brandon Tatum, because I listened to so much, I used to listen to like guys like Tariq and not really so much Umar, but Professor Black Truth and all of these guys. But I also want to hear the counter argument. And a lot of times, Officer Tatum, Brandon Tatum presented some good arguments. And so, but this one particular time, I feel like I think it was the shooting that happened up there in Buffalo. And to me, he was just really being biased. So, I reached out to his channel and, they end up sending me a message and we text back and forth. I don't know if it was him or if it was just his PR team, whatever. But, I just had to let him know, like, I feel like a lot of that stuff was not genuine and he was pandering. And a lot of these people get on YouTube to pander, to make money. And, they're going to say whatever gets the clicks, gets the views, keep people emotionally engaged and tied in. So I've also did the same thing with Boyce Watkins. Boyce got mad at me and told me to get off his channel when he was talking about stock advice, when he was talking about AMC stock was a fluke and, it's not a real investment. And a lot of people at the time were not looking at it as a long-term investment. A lot of us was looking at it for the money being made off of the short squeeze. So I kind of called him out on that, and he got upset. But anyways, and a lot of people call me out, when they see something that or hear something that they don't particularly like. So it is what it is. But man, this video, I hope it's not too long, but it is what it is. I'm gonna get right into it. So As you see the title, Tariq Nasheed versus Teno Myles. So I called into Tariq's Twitter space. You know, they had a little debate going on Twitter space, the FBA, right? And I would consider myself FBA if FBA means that you may have Aboriginal blood, a bloodline that traces back prior to European colonization of America. Now we ain't say we all know, but many of us may know, many of us may not know that many Black Americans, consider themselves descendants of many of the Aboriginal people that were on this land prior to the colonization of the European countries mainly. So whether that be the Olmecs or whether that be during the Pangea age, or whether we were just darker skinned Indians Indians or natives, right? Now, remember the word native, if you look it up, it just means you were born in a particular place. So if you were born in America right now, that means you are a native to America. But we're talking about the Aboriginal people, going all the way back to I believe the Folsom people, XYZ. So many of us feel like that we were the Aboriginal people, just like if you see the Aborigines in Australia, Philippines, and many of these other different places around the world. Many of these people were dark-skinned, brown-skinned, copper-toned people. So, if that's what found FBA stands for, then that's what I mean. There were slaves, of course, brought in to the North American continent via the Atlantic slave trade, whatnot, brought in from Africa. But we know that many of those people did not make it to what we consider North America to this day. And even Christopher Columbus did not make it to what we consider North America to this day. He actually made it around the Caribbean and many of those islands. And even in his memoirs and his notes, he reflects on meeting black-skinned people with copper tipped spears, right? So he had met these dark-skinned, black-skinned, dark-skinned people, whatnot. And so to me, there were darker people already inhabiting this land. Not to say there were not some red people or some people of a lighter skin tone that were not on this land as well. But definitely for sure, we believe that there were darker skinned people, and we may descend from that, and our heritage may go back. So, but anyways, let's get into this. So this is a video right here that I'm about to play is of me and Tariq going back and forth over me calling into his show, calling him out on this allegation that I heard, from Dane Calloway about his real name being Marcus Sanders. Now, whether this is true or not, I'm not 100%, sure on it, but I did want to ask him and give him a chance to clarify the situation and to give discredit or credibility, to whether this was true or not. And he actually didn't respond like I expected him to, because like I said, if you see some of my old videos, I've shown support to Tariq. I've been in some of his shows, bought, of course, some of his movies, XYZ. But at the same time, I'm not a fool, and I'm not just going to believe anybody because they get me emotionally invested. So let's take a look at the video and hear how he responds, and then we'll come back to kind of look at what prompted me to question some of this stuff. Let's see. So I'll make this big. And like we might have a little delay. We're gonna roll on anyway. All right, so this is the video right here. Here we go.
Not going to be on here too long. Shout out to everybody in here so far. Raise your hand. Let's get Teno. Let's get Teno in here. What's up, Teno? What's up, Teno? Turn your microphone on, brother.
Man, yo, what's up, Tariq?
What's happening, family? You good?
Man, I'm good, bro. Man, I'm good. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it.
What's on your mind, brother?
Man, of course, Kinfolk, you making a good point about not really rocking with the Democrats. But I had a question though for you, bro. If you don't mind.
Go ahead.
All right, T. So your boy Dan Calloway, been talking a little bit about you, whatever, XYZ. I know you don't care about that. But bro, I had to ask. Like, so, I went to do some just some research on what he talk about and what you talk about as well. And I've been listening to you for a few years. You may remember me, man. You was in Dallas, Texas a few years ago. But anyways, bro, I noticed that when we talk about our tethers, when we do the research on their lineage or whatnot, who their parents are, XYZ, that most of the time, a lot of their parents, you look them up and see they are, tethers or from a different type of nationality or whatever. But I did the same thing for you too, bro. And I was like, dang, I can't find my boy info about who his people is. And I know this kind of off topic, bro, but can you clarify and let people know, like, why that is? Like, when I do the Wikipedia or I looked that up, because he was talking about your real name, Marcus Sanders, and I'm like, man, I don't know about all that.
Which is not. It's not. And where's the proof?
Exactly. And so that's what I was saying, man.
And also, if it was, then what? If it's not, but if it was, why would that be a big secret?
All right, I'm gonna pause it right there. So, of course, I just asked him about the allegation about the Marcus Sanders thing, and then he's like, nah. And if it was, then what? Like, what you gonna do about it? Like, what y'all gonna do about it? Like, first of all, like I just told him, this was something that was made by another person. So I'm just trying to cross-reference and check. So to me is, if it was, then homeboy, we it would be cool for us to know. Now, if you hiding out and you on, you obviously can't be hiding out because you a public figure. But if it was changed for reasons to help and better your life or to give you a fresh start on some other things, then I definitely will understand. But to just flat out act like question to me was raising the red flag. Like, okay, if it is, then what? What like what y'all gonna do? What? I'm like, okay, bro. So let's continue on.
If it was, then what?
Well, I guess, man, because I guess from my perspective is, we trying to really get something going on in our community as far as dealing with reparations and really dealing with internal conflict within our own community. So when people listen to you and rock with you, they want to take it as take it serious. Like, man,
right. Okay, now we're talking about seriousness. Do you believe Harriet Tubman was a fictional character?
No, I don't believe that, bro.
Then why are you talking about a goddamn clown in the middle of a serious conversation, sir?
Well, all right, what he means is that, Dan Calloway had made this allegation that possibly Harriet Tubman and I thought it was Harriet Tubman and one more other guy, I can't think his name right now, were possibly fictional characters, or they lineage, or history had been misunderstood, whatever the case may be. Well, not all of Dan Calloway's arguments are incorrect. So, that's my perspective. It's like, okay, you may not agree with everything he says, but all of his arguments are not incorrect. It's just like, just blindly going along with anybody that somebody, says something, automatically you just believe them because they say something. So when he's trying to tell me, he a clown. Do you believe that Harriet Tubman was not real? Why do you believe that? And if you listen to a clown, you tripping. But Dan Calloway does have a lot of valid arguments when it comes down to the lineage of what we call Black Americans in this country. So just to discredit everything he says behind a few foolish things, or some things I don't agree with, is incorrect. Just because there has been times with Tariq have said some things that I do not agree with. When he talked about beating women, when he talked about the misogynist behavior, some of his old records, his rap albums, some of his automacking and all of that stuff I do not agree with. So therefore, why would I just dismiss everything he says because he has a checkered past, right? So let's continue on. Like I said, from my perspective, bro, when I go on Wikipedia and I look up your lineage, I can't find your parents. And I know you talk about every. Go ahead.
Man, my mama and dad, I got pictures of them, and they're right here. My mom comes here every day. My mom is from Alabama. My dad is from Alabama. That's not a secret at all.
I mean, that cleared up a little bit.
And Wikipedia, Wikipedia has a bunch of lies on me anyway. Wikipedia is not a credible source. Wikipedia has a bunch of BS on it.
And we're gonna get to the Wikipedia in a second, because he sat there and said that his mom, his dad, they both come from there, come visit him. But when you look up and you find out, and I'm gonna share it in a moment, that his dad name is Nathan Sanders, I believe, and his sister name is Tia Sanders. And how is his name Tariq Nasheed? I mean, it's from what I found, is Tariq Allah Nasheed. And if you know what the word Tariq means morning star. All right, and you know what the word Allah means God. When you do your research, cross references on the Bible, you know that there are two people that refer themselves as the morning star or the light of the morning. And one of them is Lucifer. All right, Lucifer refers to himself as the morning star. So you have to be careful when you listen to this information blindly and just take everything somebody else has to say blindly. Now hold on, a commercial's about to come on, so I'm gonna have to.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But when you look,
all right, so the commercial's about to come on. All right, hold on. I'm gonna let that play through. Let the commercial play through. Yeah, man, I feel like we got like a little lag, but it's I'm gonna get right back to it once the commercials skip away. Man, why we got this lag? I don't know. Let me know. Are y'all seeing the lag? Over the top, dude, you talking to yourself. Marcus Sanders is his old name. Nobody cares. So what? He went to jail in the 80s and changed his name. Okay, so why was that so hard for him to say that then? Over the top. So when I got on the show, why he just didn't say that? Why he just could say, "Hey man, I went to jail in the 80s. I changed my name to give me a fresh start." Why did he have to say that? And I'm talking to myself. I can't be talking to myself if you obviously on the page. So I'm talking to you. So why he couldn't say that? And yes, you should care. And why do we care? Because people out here donating money and supporting his movement. And how do we know that that's really going towards legitimate causes? We talked about the museum. The museum not up, and who really feels like, from my perspective, and there may be other people that agree with me, who really feels like the money that he raised was most beneficial used towards a museum. We just had the cat Marcel run, and he showed so much support to Marcel. Why didn't some of that money be used to be fund his campaign or different political figures as well? And say what you want, I've helped is media as even though I don't have the type of platform and but I've helped other people try to get elected into Congress that I feel like were for our community. Yeah, I may not have millions of dollars in support and millions of blind followers, but I've done what I can to help people get into office. So what I'm saying is, yeah, when you putting your money and your time and your effort into people, then you need to definitely make sure that they aren't just, running the rules on you. And just, okay. Yeah, okay. So Marcel said he gave a large donation. Well, that's good. That's good. He didn't say that when we was tweeting back and forth. Yeah, read his book. Nah, I mean, I like I said, I called into the show. He didn't say when I was on the show. So let's continue on with the comments. What he kept saying.
Whoever it was the other day, the basketball player,
and he sat there and said that, bro. He sat there and said that his name was not Marcus Sanders. So you telling me his name was Marcus Sanders, but he told me out his own mouth that his name was not Marcus Sanders. And what you gonna do about it?
About Kamala Harris. You can look up these people in it and say, okay, they aren't of our descent. And by you being a bigger name celebrity, you would think that, okay, Tariq say he's from Detroit, from Alabama. Let me prove it to y'all what he say is true. So when I'm trying to back you up or refute these people who antagonize, I'm trying
You're
to
talking about a clown, dude.
I'm not just talking about him. I'm talking about
but you're talking about a clown that you don't even believe. You said you don't even believe.
No, I don't believe the part about Harry Tucker, but I
well, then that destroys all of their credibility. If they say something that goofy, if they say something ridiculous like that, then everything is nullified, sir.
Nah,
That's how that
Tariq,
works.
though, but
That's
I believe that we are
no,
of native.
brother. That's prison babble. You sat here and said you don't believe some of this nonsense this fool is saying, and now you're getting into a serious conversation with somebody who's spewing babble that you don't even believe. Do you understand how that is problematic, sir? We don't have time for silly stuff. That's silly prison babble. And we're in here talking about something constructive, and you just came in here getting all off topic about clown stuff, sir. How is that constructive?
Bro, because people need to know that you genuine, bro. Now you're not just tugging at our heartstrings to make us follow you, and that you really in the fight for us or with us. That's why.
And I'm not genuine how? What would make me not genuine?
What will make you not genuine is, like we said, like even like, all right, so for instance,
brother, you better get to the point. I don't want to hear babbling, sir. You're just sitting here thinking of something to babble about. You're literally sitting here thinking of something to babble about, sir. You're here just to waste time about clown stuff. You come in here talking about a clown, and you're just babbling to waste time. Do you think that's constructive? You're sitting here trying to think of something to babble about. Don't you see how problematic that is?
Nah, bro. Just like how they got that video about you when you doing your video with the white girl.
What
bro,
white girl?
What are you talking about?
What white girl? What are you talking about?
So now we got
the dark side of Tariq Nasheed.
By another Tether who's just
okay. So now he starts deflecting, and I hear what you're saying, over the top. Nobody calls Hulk Hogan, Terry Bonello, whatever the case may be. Yeah, but at the end of the day, nobody knows that. Nobody knew, or you say everybody knows his real name is Marcus Sanders. Everybody didn't know that. If that was the case, then everybody would have got on the mentions in the comments on Twitter saying, "Oh yeah, everybody knows his name, Marcus Sanders. We all know. I knew that. But instead, he sit there and said on the video himself, his name was not Marcus Sanders, bro. And so when I heard Dane Calloway say it, so you talk about how Dane Calloway is stupid and says stupid stuff. He the one said that his name was Marcus Sanders. He put it out there. And so when I sit up there and cross-reference, like, man, I never heard that before. And I've been listening to Tariq since like 2016. I've never heard this. So I wanted to fact checking and see what was up. So when I fact checked it, it was more information coming up about it. I'm like, man, hold on. He been telling me all this time, his name was Tariq Nasheed. So I didn't know this was a stage name. And I still not 100% convinced that it's a stage name. But at the same time, if I'm over here donating, I'm buying videos and going to shows, I want to know the truth about a person, man, because it's been a lot of situations to where our people have been misled by other people, especially internally. And when we look at about Marcus Garvey was one of the biggest swindlers in our community. And people praise Marcus Garvey and talk about the Pan-Africanism movement. But these people hustled so many people out of, with that shipping company he had. He ended up going to jail with dating these underage, dating a girl that was barely legal, and parents did not want him to be with her. It was a whole bunch of even working with the KKK. So it was a lot of things that people in our own community that claim to be advocates for you are really hustling you. And so that was my whole thing. It's like, if people over here, dealing with you, bro, and they got this allegation about you out, won't you just clear this up? Because I sat there and said that, bro, I be trying to defend you. But how can I defend you thoroughly if I don't know the truth myself? And he didn't do nothing but go in and tell me it wasn't true. When I brought up the situation, because I didn't want to go there, but when he brought up the situation about the video that's out about the dark side of Tariq Nasheed, when he cussing out the black woman, Pearl, talking about, if I was your man, I'll slap the S out of you, and when he, okay, all right, bro, for sure. All right, so when he talk about that, when he talk about talking to Jesse Lee Peterson, when he's talking about how white supremacy has not, how black people are too dumb to get smart, so I'm asking him about this when he's on the beach talking about, how fine the white women is in Brazil, and he got the white woman in the bed, talking about, would he have relations with the white woman? Talking about, yeah, I told y'all I raised the flag of Europe in the bedroom. I'm like, bro, okay, that's old, so I can give you a pass to a degree. But when you sit out there and deny it, When you sit there and just deny it, to me that makes you, not genuine. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I listen to some and I move on too. So, I don't see how you can call me out and try to make me seem like I'm wrong for just asking these questions. Talking about, so what and this, that, and the third. Like, bro, when people are retweeting this stuff, sharing these comments, you putting your reputation on the line too. So I'm just trying to get my people to understand and to, fact check their information and don't just get emotionally, tied in. And to finish this part, when I finish asking him about this and he mute me off and put me out, then he goes in to talk about my mother. Like, and that's what I noticed. One thing that Tariq do, too. He talks about a lot of his own people when you don't agree with what he has to say. So yeah, and yeah, bro, yeah, you can look at him like a preacher and like church stuff, XYZ, but it's a lot of people that gets misled by religion in church, and a lot of people get swindled by pastors. So does it make it all right?
Just making up stuff. What white girl?
It don't matter. But it's showing videos of you talking.
What white girl? You sitting here making stuff up.
See,
what white girl?
What white girl? I'm making stuff up though.
No, I'm not, bro. It's the video on YouTube.
No, it's not.
That show you with the white.
No, it's not. You telling me no, it's not.
No, I wasn't.
Everybody knows.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't praising no white girls on no beach.
Come on,
let me tell you something. If I was, so the hell what?
If I was, so what you gonna do?
So
if
bro,
I was.
So what you gonna do? Basically saying, you done donated your money, you done supported. So what you gonna do, right? So what you gonna do? Ain't nothing you gonna do about it. Ain't nothing y'all can do. I got you. You've been hustled, XYZ, and that's what it make you feel like. Not saying that he is hustling us, but that's exactly what it make you feel like. Like he got over, is what it is. Let it go.
I used to pay $162 every month.
And yeah, I feel what you're saying, bro. But at the same time, just because people get messed over by the church, don't make it right. Because it really makes it even more wrong because you entrust these people, to really do right by you. So, I listen to cats like Billy Carson and, UBTV and some other people who actually come with credible facts, man, because, just, blaming white supremacy and racism, white supremacy all the time, man, that's not going to get us ahead. And it's many people in our own community who are holding us back and throwing us off track when we really need to be, building an infrastructure in place, raising millions of dollars to build a grocery store chains, raising millions of dollars to build educational support centers, building nonprofits and creating things for, our infrastructure in our community and not just running around here saying it's a white man's fault, racism, which we all know is a true and a live factor. You're not going to get rid of racism. It's going to probably be around to the end of time, maybe. But you think about it, because if you go to Asia, parts of China, parts of Japan, parts of Australia, parts of South Africa, just all over the world is racism. So, just thinking that you're going to rid yourself of racism and, because of it, we can't move forward, that's not the way to think. So don't get caught up in that emotional roller coaster and pretending like that's going to be end up.
Why? I can do that. I'm a boss. I can do that. Y'all can't do anything about that. What could you do about that besides whine online?
Bro, they refuse everything you stand for.
Why? But you would still be listening.
Wow.
Wouldn't you?
Bro,
you would be listening.
You gotta listen to your enemy.
You would be listening still, even if I were. You would still be listening. You can't do anything about it. Stop whining about stuff you can't do anything about. That's not constructive, sir. How constructive is that?
Bro, gotta wake the people up. So I'm not whining.
You're whining, sir. You're just whining.
Truth to power,
You're
bro.
whining, sir.
We speaking.
Yeah. Anyway, so like I said, he sit there and whine. He denied all the allegations that I throw out there, but as you see over the top, then sit there and confirm everything that I said about the guy most likely is true. And then he just got a lot of blind fans that are devoted to him. And so, which I understand. But for those people who may be new to his channel or people who are on the fence or just people who really searching for the truth, you got to wake up. Don't just sit up there and blindly follow nobody, because these people is all on my Twitter. They all in my Twitter. And I don't even Twitter like that. I don't even social media like that. It ain't even that big of a deal to me. But when you start, when you start taking jabs at me, man, then I got to jab back. I'm not no punk now. Chill out, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude over here, talking about, my teacher on and how your mother's and this, that. I'm like, hold on, fam. You don't know me like that, dog, to be sitting there doing that just because I call you out on, on some of your inconsistencies, bro. So yeah, we know he hustled. We know the game. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So I want to just share this real quick though too. So I'm just gonna share this. Let me just share my screen. So for all you people who watch this later, come in, watch this later, please, take the time to check, fact check some of your people that you call yourself listening to. So he said Wikipedia is not a reliable source, right? So I could feel you on that because everybody say, oh, you can modify Wikipedia, but Wikipedia can be locked, my guy. So when I look at, so earlier I threw in Boyce Watkins. All right, so I don't really rock with Boyce Watkins. But when I look at Boyce Watkins, and you can do this to anybody you want to, because like all the time, he do it to people too. So right, when you look at Boyce Watkins, it said Boyce Watkins was born in Louisville, Kentucky. His father left shortly after his birth and only spoke to his son 3 times. Watkins' mother, Robin Couch, married when Boyce was 3 years old to Larry Watkins, a young Vietnam veteran from Louisville. I'm gonna stop right there. So it talks about his parents. It doesn't say who his biological father was, but it talks about his parents. And it may even go on to talk about his biological father later on in here. But it gives some type of reference to who his people are, right? And you can do the same thing with many other people, right? You can do it with Kamala Harris. You can do it with a lot of these guys. That's how we figure out that these guys are what we call tellers, right? So let's go with Chrome tab. Now, when I pulled up Tariq's, and this is what I was asking him about. So when I pulled his up, bro, it doesn't say anything about his people. It's talking about the King Flex, K Flex, King Flex, blah, 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 blah. Mink Slide, boo, boo, boo. It doesn't say anything about his people, his Nathan Sanders, his mother's name, blah blah blah. So when I ask this type of stuff, and then you ain't got to go to Wikipedia, you just throw it in Google. It's not going to be there. You have to actually do your research. Somebody has to send you these pictures and stuff and screenshot these pictures when he posts them, and then they say, okay, you see, just like how we were able to get the pictures, that of his parents and his people name, last name is Sanders. So I did not know that, bro. I did not know that. So that's how I feel like, man, I'm pretty sure if I didn't know, it's a lot of people out there that didn't know. And it's a lot of people that do know who just blindly sit up there, act like it's cool. And it may be cool to some people, but for me, it's not cool. You know what I'm saying? That's just from my perspective. So this was his father. And then when we scroll down, you see, hey, he say, me, my mom, and dad, do I look more like? Mom or dad with Nathan Sanders, right? So when we scroll down right here, it says Tia Marie Sanders. This is his sister, walking, introducing, love making to whatever. All right, and then of course you had the picture of his stepmom. All right, so you had the picture of his stepmother. Stepmother, not stepmother. I'm sorry, his mother-in-law. I apologize. So, and when he was talking about you used to just not got tellers. I got immigrants in my family. Now, we're not saying that, bro, but you do have a white stepmother. So, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. And so that's all I was saying is, bro. Okay, if your real name was Marcus Sanders, then it's a lot of our people who have been through strenuous situations who may look at that as, hey, man, he overcame. He made the changes he needed to make in his life. And so therefore, kudos to him for that. Yeah, bro, we know Wikipedia entries are done by regular people, but can they not be locked? Answer me that over the top. Can you lock Wikipedia from being changed? Can you go in there and change a Wikipedia comment on Tariq right now? Can you go in there and do it? Can you go to Wikipedia and add an entry on Tariq? You just let me know when you can go to Wikipedia and you can pull up some of these people's names. Show me when you can enter, because I remember being able to enter some stuff on Wikipedia, but some people you cannot. It's just locked, and it won't let you make no alterations. Just show me the link where you can do it, and I'll leave that alone. Because I'm looking at Brandon Tatum right now, and I'm like, okay, I gotta create an account. Is that what I need to do? I need to create a Wikipedia account, and then it'll let me modify and add some information on it. All right, and so I'm gonna share this right here. I'm gonna share this right here because they was going in on me. They told me I'm a tether, I'm a tether and everything. You have to have get a wiki account. Okay, so I need to create a wiki account and I can go in there and add Tariq dad as Nathan Sanders, right? Is that what you're telling me? All right, so I'm gonna look into that, bro. All right, so this is how they start doing. So so if you can see that right there, let me see if I can share that. Let me share that screen. All right, so it might be a little lag, y'all. You have to get a lag. So he replied to me, so it obviously touched the nerve. He replied to me, "You a blue chick, so why you replying to me?" But anyways, another wannabe pretended to be FBA. You have already outed yourself as a TWT, which stands for time wasting tether. Jealous non-FBA trolls who engage in endless babbling debates for the sole purpose of wasting FBA's time. Man, bro, chill out, fam. Who in the world that, especially for y'all that don't know me, that's different. But who from my hood thinks I ain't FBA? Man, you know my people. You cut it out, bro. My people from Louisiana, bro. Shreveport. My family, the first generation actually born in Dallas, Texas, bro. So for people to even assume that I'm not from the, I guess a second generation immigrant or whatever the case may be, man, y'all out y'all mind. Man, okay. All right, bro, correct. So I'm gonna see if I can add that in there when I get on. So Tariq in there. So I show the video. Here you go. I heard the video right here to say the dark side of Tariq. Which he say is not up there. What you talking about? What video? This video, homie. So I sit up there and tag the video. I was trying to see if I can play it a little bit, get out some volume on it. When he talking to Jesse Lee Peterson, who he calls the word or whatever you call it. Let me see, man. I don't think they'll give me no volume. Let's see.
Overcome being dumb rather than trying to. Somebody had to be smart and somebody had to be dumb.
Yep.
And it seems to me that the people of color are the dumb one because, as you said, it's the white people who are making this happen, right?
I agree 100%.
And why not overcome being dumb rather than trying to stop the smart man from doing what he does?
Because non-white people are too dumb.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. We getting some interference. This trip. But anyways, he basically said
to get smart.
Really?
Yeah.
This your guy right here, man. And so
somebody had to be smart and somebody had to be dumb.
Yep.
And it seems to me that the people of color are the dumb one because, as you said, it's the white people who are making this happen, right?
I agree 100%.
And why not overcome being dumb rather than trying to stop the smart man from doing
because
I'm gonna pause right there. We already know he said that because what's not. And then, bro, I sat there and tweeted this back to him. Like, bro, you gonna sit there. Hear my great grandma name right here. Hear my great grandma name right here, Rebecca Myles, born April 15, 1910. All right, and this on the plantation where she worked and lived at, bro. And he said, the name not spelled the same way, bro. And I sat there and showed this man, like, bro, my family spelled their name both ways, bro, Miles and Miles, man. So, man, we tweeted to almost midnight, going back and forth, me and him. He called me trolls and XYZ, bro. His people retweeting it and calling me trolls. But here we go. I heard the dark side of Tariq Nasheed, bro. And like I said, man, I had rock with Tariq, man, for a minute, man. But it was out of blind following, bro. And I done retweeted his comments. I done shared his posts. I done donated to his situation. I done bought movies. I done attended so many shows. And for him to sit up there and try to blast me like that, bro, I feel like it really wasn't. It was disingenuous, bro, and it wasn't 100. But it is what it is, man. But I'm not gonna even go in, continue to go in. But I had to put this out there because he put the little video out there trying to make it seem like that I was the bad guy. But when you try to look up his people, his family, his people, it's hard to find, bro. From I'm not even talking about the wife name, the kid's name, his daughter name. I'm not even go there. I'm just saying that when I was asked about the Marcus Sanders thing, that's the reaction I had got. So whether his name was Marcus Sanders or not, Over the Top said yes, it was. Hey, it is what it is. If it is, it is. But I would just feel like that, you could be 100 about the situation and just let people know that this is a stage name. But you ain't got to either. You can continue to collect your money and, build your museums and do whatever it is you're gonna do. That's on you. That's your bread. Do what you want to do with it. I just don't want people out here, blindly, following people and then find themselves in last place because you have a good following. And, with that type of following, you really can make some significant changes in our community that are overdue. And, leading those people and keeping them, emotionally invested, but leading them down the wrong path is just time wasted. It's anti-beneficial to the movement and to our people when we really could be getting out here making some substantial change, and coming up with organizations that could really, um, change the course of our lineage. But anyway, Over the Top, you got anything else you want to say? Any suggestions that we need to do for our people, or what else, or what else? We just need to just let the Marcus Sanders thing go, which I could feel that, but at the same time, do you, what are your suggestions? You just say it's all right for the people just to kind of just go ahead and just listen to them and call it a day, make their donations and just continue to just move forward. Which you can do what you want to do, people. It's your money, it's your time, whatever. But, I know people like Marcus Garvey, W.E.B. Du Bois were swindlers, were hustlers, and they misled our people. They did us wrong. And I don't want to see that continue to happen to us, in our community, man, because it's not right, it's not genuine, it's not what's up. But get your money. It's YouTube, man. Go get paid. Whatever you gotta do to get your clicks and your views, bro. Whatever you gotta say, man. Like I said, you go look at my videos that got all the hits. It's the Kim Kardashian, it's the ratchet stuff. But like stuff like this, people gonna get on and they gonna argue with me, and they gonna, blah blah blah. They gonna make it seem like you can't, cross reference and fact check nobody, man. It's just that's supposed to be off topic. But whatever, man. When my daughter, my children, and my people get up and they start looking into this stuff, I don't want them to be misled and waste 5 years or 4 years, 10 years following people and then don't see any really significant change in our community, man. But anyways, I'm out this thing. Y'all have a blessed one. Hope it was good information. Yeah, nah, man, I'm out. Yeah, that dude has a niche, so I'm not surprised he got a hardcore following. Yeah, he do have a niche. He do have a niche. I mean, he been doing it for over 20 some years. My thing is that continue to do you, but at the same time, for the people who are really looking to make change out here in our communities, in our neighborhoods, don't run around here thinking that because I don't think that Tariq, what I'm saying, is going to lead us to no reparations movement and things are going to change because of him. So. But hey, you never know. He may spark the minds, because he does put out some genuine information, some good information that a lot of people wouldn't know about, But I really feel like that it could be more influential if he really was genuine, about helping some of these people, get elected and being truthful about why he had to make the changes he had to make in his life and how that benefits how to help people start businesses and develop documentaries or whatever the case, whatever their niche is, help some of those people. I don't even understand why he still asks for donations on the movies that he make. He got a package, a Macish package or a package app, all the time. He got the Ruttasussi movement going on. He wants you to donate to the new movie. Well, bro, you a multimillionaire, and I ain't pocket watching. I'm just saying, bro, we're multimillionaires. Bro, if I go out and I'm hustling, I can't go. I mean, you can, but I don't go out and ask out my partner and say, bro, I'm trying to score. I need all y'all to put in on this here so I can score. And when I flip, I'm just gonna tell you thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna even give you back your bread that you used to help me score with. That's not what's up. It'd been different if you was like, hey, all y'all donate to this movie that I'm finna put out. And once we flip this thing, once I make a few million, I'm gonna hit you up with 100% return, 50% return, or 200-300% return. They're not even doing that. It's like, hey, bro, I need to score. Go on and donate to me so I can score. And when I flip, watch me eat. I'm gonna pull up on you, my new whip. But you ain't getting nothing. You just watch me. You can watch me and, you know, drive by you, and I thank you for helping me get on. Nah, bro, that ain't what's up. But anyways, man, yeah, he know how to finesse his flock for sure. Yeah, absolutely, bro. So I'm out this thing, man. I just had to speak on that because he put the video up on me, and I just like, man, I ain't gonna just let him ride like that. I don't even do YouTube videos like that, bro. I had stopped, but after that one, I had like, man, you know what? Let me put this on here real quick, so people won't be thinking, oh, he got you, man. You just gonna let him just do that? Nah, fam. I'll be busy. I ain't got it like that. I don't have a blind following of people, so I gotta get out here and grind and hustle for real. So it is what it is. Y'all stay blessed, man. Y'all hold it down. I'm out this time. Peace.